When many of you heard that comment made that my mother had 17 boys and 4 girls, I heard the crowd say, wow. After a while, Pastor, you begin to go like, well, it's kind of expected. I grew up in a small town where many of you probably don't know what I'm talking about, but a plum patch you could eat up under all day. You could get up in the peach tree and eat peaches all day. I could walk down the barbed wire fence and pick blackberries or red berries all day, and walk in the fields and the pastures and the bees and the bumblebees and the bees sting you under the feet because you had on no shoes. I could go down to the creek and catch crawfish as they jumped and skipped backwards into the water trying to get away from me. I could run with the horses in the pastures because, see, I grew up where life was similar. Some of you don't know what I'm talking about because you've been in the city for a long time or you've been in all your life. The fruits, the vegetables we ate, we grew it. All organic, all natural. And so, for me, when you talk about a woman having 21 kids, I'm not preaching a health message, Pastor, but they ate well. So, producing 21 kids and then going to the field to pick cotton because, my family were sharecroppers and, descendants of slaves and so forth. Many of us are, all of us are. But that's the experience that I had. But as time ticks on, I'm not going to be here long because I'm talking to our young people today. And the title of this message to our young people, we are worth something. We are worth something. In my program, most of the youth say things like, I'm such a loser. I'm fat, stupid, dumb, ugly, clumsy, and unlovable, a geek. I can't do anything right, Mr. Evans. I'm no good to anybody. I'm just plain worthless. Have you ever felt this way? See, I have, just like the students in my program. I felt worthless so many times when I was labeled in school edgeably mentally retarded and was told I had a behavior disorder, young people. And see, this is, but when you're working with the youth in the community and you've experienced it, your passion is deeper. See, the reason we are misunderstood as young people, see, I'm still young. Because I work with young people, so we all right. Let me show you how I'm misunderstood. And young people, tell me, am I off as I come to the text moving forward? Envision yourself reading a book. Pick your favorite book. You're on the first page of the book. Watch this. This is how we get misunderstood. You read in there, it says, build me a house. You got that, right? Okay. Then the next sentence says, give me a tree. You see, you read the tree, right? Now in the next sentence says, give me a deal. D-I-L-L. The next sentence says, give me Adele, D-E-L-L. When did I lose you? I lost you in those 4 sentences, didn't I? Most of us, if you were like me, I read the words that I knew, and I turned the page on the words that I didn't know. So somewhere along that being misunderstood, it wasn't that I was dumb, I just didn't understand the words. The book said, give me a house, give me a tree, give me a pond, and put that into a valley. I turned the page before I really understood what that page really was talking about. All because, here comes the next step. I do what most of us do, skipping over words. The system that our children are in get punished when they skip over words. How many of you have dictionaries right by you 24/7? If you don't, you're struggling. There are almost 70 words for the word by, B-Y. 7 different terminologies. And you expect one to fit all. And that's why we become misunderstood. And so watch this. Now that you're misunderstood, you're skipping over words. The teacher or the professor is talking to you. You slouch down in the chair because you don't understand. You're frustrated. If you see your child doing this, the child is frustrated or it's not grasping it, and you're thinking that something's wrong, they're being lazy, they're not performing, and you just don't understand, they need help. Y'all ain't heard what I'm just saying. Because I'm leading you somewhere else about this point. See, when the child starts feeling that they're inadequate, all of the things that many of the kids in the program keep saying to me, we see where they're coming from. They're misunderstood. And so they get labeled. And then the other way, now watch this. So in the classroom in the first grade, how many of you been to first grade before? All the young people, you with it. Now I'm going to summarize the first grade in terms of how we alter, they altered my self-esteem, and many of you, or are attempting to. In the first grade, we take a test, summarize the whole year. You with me? I'm talking to you today. Okay? In the first grade, they say, which one do you take on the test? Which one do you take to the beach? The bucket or the pail on the test? Which one do you think I marked? I'm from the hood. I marked bucket. Real simple. And wrong answer, James. Self-esteem in the first grade, downward spiral. Now I'm in the second grade. Where do you put the cup? On the table or in the salsa? Come on, y'all, stop. Wait a minute. I got some people in here hollering salsa. Come on. When did we learn? Now, some of you, I agree, we're the new generation. But when I was growing up, they put it on the table. And if I'm watching TV, I would put it on the floor. Come on, y'all. Come on now. Come on. I mean, some of us still remember. So, second grade, self-esteem, downward spiral.